My name is William Gorin. I've been a resident of LA and for over 40 years. I've been living in Koreatown. This Saturday morning at 4 a.m., a fire was started in the homeless
So, Speaker,
encampment.
which item would you like to speak to?
This is a
Just
general
general?
comment.
Okay, so you have 1
Okay.
minute for general public comment.
Okay. So, just in summary, I live at 1023 South Norton Avenue in Koreatown. We had a fire set by two homeless people this past Saturday. 2 weeks ago, we had another fire that burnt down a 10-car garage. These two homeless men have been verbally threatening and harassing residents, children, and local businesses. Neighbors have videos recording these two homeless men setting the fire on July 20th, but no investigation has been started to this date. We've had no response from the LAPD, LA City Council, represented by Heather Hutt, LA Fire Department. We need action taken immediately. We're living in a state of siege by these two homeless people. Thank you.
This is not an agenda item. This is general public comment.
Okay, so
I'm
you have 1 minute.
Harriet Elliott in CD10. The back of my T-shirt says CIA pedophilia, as explained in the book by Renee Pittman. This is a black lady that worked in the as a spokesman for the VA. Okay, very patriotic. I always wondered why she called herself a dissident, that she's been targeted since a baby. Is CIA pedophilia. In the VA's office, they kept telling her, it must have been your dad. She said, it wasn't my dad. Anyway, I hope you all get to read her books. Electronic warfare, this book is 1984, the same year Reagan talked about Star Wars. They had so much information. I'm going to read you. It's just amazing the information they had back then. You can get this from the downtown library. It's not the librarians who are keeping it from you. Someone else is keeping it from us. Compared with active jamming, the use of expendable EW weapons such as chaff, flares, smoke, and other decoys might seem crude.
Good morning. So this is going to be a general public comment.
Good morning. Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Lisandro Presa. I work up Paradis for at LAX Terminal 2 and Tom Bradley as a cashier for 3 years. I'm also a proud member of Unite Here Local 11. You have heard our stories before. We have been coming here for more than a year already. We're asking you to please pass the Olympic wage of $25 per hour. With my autoimmune disease, it has become, it's getting more difficult and difficult to survive because it is more difficult now to get food, pay for gas, rent is getting up. It is very difficult. We have to also pay parking at LAX. We have to spend our money at LAX for food because we can't pass it through TSA. So we're please asking you to please vote for these. Thank you.
Javon Houston, General Public Comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Javon Houston. I'm a member of SEIU USWW. And today, many of us might remember me because I was here last week sharing about how airport workers and hotel workers deserve an Olympic wage now, 25 now. I'm a single parent and I live in Los Angeles, and I struggle to support myself and my family. I work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. I ask that you do not keep delaying this and raise the living wage now for airport workers and hotel workers. My colleagues and I will continue to show up here, not because we have nothing else to do, but because this means a lot to us. We struggle. We go without. These are things that we deal with. Please vote on this now. Thank you.
All right, so starting off with item 22, that's lighting up City Hall for the Olympics, the 2024 Olympics. That's currently ongoing, so the city's already missed several of the payments for it, I think. So that's interesting. But we shouldn't be lighting up City Hall for this. Let's see, we now have, we also have, here, let's go to 24, which is raising the Olympic flag in the Civic Center. I don't think we should do this either. I think that you should look towards canceling the Olympics because it's not very popular and people don't really want it to come to LA. And it'd be bad for the city. So let's vote no on 24 and cancel the Olympics. Let's move on to item 25. That's a motion from Kevin De Leon. No on that for one of his campaign events. 26. The heavy metal task force for a copper wire and heavy metal thefts from De Leon. No on this. This is like more money to. This is literally more money to the LAPD. No, so this is police funding from a known racist. So he's literally losing his re-election campaign badly. We have item 20. That one was continued. Let's go on to general comment. All right.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
So general comment. I see Kevin De Leon. I don't know where he is, but Kevin's losing so badly that he's already starting to withdraw from the lieutenant governor election in 2026. I see he's now repurposing his campaign, it seems. So he already knows he's going to lose re-election to city council. He's never going to win an election to be lieutenant governor of California. He should just resign, and really pretty much everyone thinks that except the members of this council who keep trying to help him and such. Yeah, you're not intimidating. But like I said, he's losing so badly he's dropping out of the lieutenant governor election clearly already. Now I also like to say that I'm not happy that there was a hate rally against the LGBTQ community at Hollywood Highland last week, and you should all condemn that.
Good morning. If you could please.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good.
My name is David Owens. I am a property owner of about 4 places, single-family residence places.
And which items would you like to speak to? You said general public comment?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, well, hold a minute. Wait a minute. It's general public comment and items of court issues. So here's my deal. I've been renting places to people, lower income people, trying to do my part in life. Here's what happened. Your rules, your regulations, all the stuff that you've come up with, all the blockages of the abilities to collect rent, I have lost over $100,000. The tenants come in with scams. They're going to vandalize the property. They're going to come up with why they can't pay, some rule on the books. And it's all because you guys sat around and made these rules that nobody can live by. I hired lawyers. I went pro per. I did a lot of different things. Now, I am 65 years old. I worked 2 jobs to gather what I got. Now, all of a sudden, I got to listen to you or somebody else tell me what to do with my property. How does that work? How is that fair? I'd like to have an answer to that.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Thank you very much, Mr. And thank you very much, Councilmember Kevin De Leon. I would like to speak on everything and everything.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Number 22, City Attorney, it is about Paris Olympic. And then I remember, sir, you informed me that I can only speak anything within the jurisdiction of the City Council. You gave me several warnings. You kicked me out several times. But right now, you're asking me to talk about the Olympics. I have no idea what jurisdiction does LA has anything to do with Paris Olympic. But I am watching the Olympic. I'm paying close attention Olympic, and I find something very interesting since this time is on the agenda. I saw the boxing match, which is an biological male and beat up a biological female, and then all of a sudden he is en route of getting the Olympic gold medal. So this is the Olympic we are trying to recognize. So from now on in the city of LA, all of the Los Angeles boys gonna participate in Los Angeles girls sports and taking all of their medal. Now, let's move on to item number 24. Mr. City Attorney, And then it is the same Olympic item, which is about the Olympic flag. So when we are going to raise Olympic flag in the Civic Center, so that means we are learning from the Olympic. We are trying to do everything what the Paris was doing, which is allow male in the female sports. I am actually a female activist, and I am actually stand up for women's rights. I do not believe it is right that for all those Paris athletes, they work so hard just to beat up, just to get a defeat from biological male. So is this something we are trying to recognize? Is this something we are trying to learn from our city council? But thank you very much, Mr. City Attorney. And then let's move on to item number 26. Special thanks to our council member Kevin De Leon. This heavy metal task force, I reported to my council member Hernandez numerous times. I saw some people are doing near the street lighting. I saw some people are doing with heavy equipment. They are walking on the street at late evening. But does council member Hernandez ever respond to my call? No. I am glad council member De Leon, which is the people's council member, finally did something to this item. And I am tired of spending the night in Figueroa without street lighting. I'm tired of walking on the street in Figueroa without lighting. We need to stop this crime. We need to put more LAPD officers, more LAPD officers. We need to have this heavy metal task force 24/7 so those criminals will never have a chance.
General public comment. I'm going to ask
For
that
my
you not
general
yell into
public
the
comment,
microphone because of our interpreters.
Thank you, Mr. City Attorney. I apologize to our beautiful translator. My apology. I also apologize to our Sergeant Duarte. For the general public comment, I want to showing my support to Council Member Kevin De Leon. I'm gonna tell the city attorney I'm not afraid. Why I'm not afraid? It doesn't matter how many times they beat me up in the city council. It doesn't matter how many times they rape me in the city council. It doesn't matter how many times they rape me, they kill me in the city council. I will support Kevin De Leon. It doesn't matter how many girlfriends will break up with me. It doesn't matter if my wife allows me to go home tonight or not. I will support Kevin De Leon. It doesn't matter if I have enough food or not. It doesn't matter if I get enough services for our council member Hernandez. It doesn't matter how much council member Hernandez hate me. It doesn't matter how fat I become. I will support Kevin De Leon, the people's council member. I love Council De Leon. Support Council De Leon.
Speaker, your time has expired. And just as a courtesy to our interpreters, I'm going to ask everybody who's here and on the phones, there's no need to yell. I can promise you that we can hear you. So if you could please not yell, because the interpreters wear headphones and it goes directly into their ears and it could actually damage their ears. Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Pumpkinhead. Did I get it right? Perfect. So let's see. Number one, KFC, not to be confused with OAC. Katie fucking cunt. Number one, a California fine wine and spirits, where you can buy alcohol in bulk so you can get fucked up much faster and much more longer with fewer trips to the store, resulting in fewer DUIs. Let's give KFC a hand. Okay. Yes. Well, what about the domestic violence? Oh, well, there'll be a marked increase in CD5 and domestic violence, but that's okay. Let's ask Hugo if it's okay. Yes, it is. Now we get number two. Let's see here. Burb Blobenbleld giving a, that's that Arco over there in West Van Owen. A certified shithole street is defined by Goat Puppet. So do you support it? Oh, of course I do. They should pay that business to stay in that shithole. Thank you, business owner. The number three, shame on the unelected Heather Hutt regarding a bar license.
So item number 3 has been continued. So please move on to another item.
Did you hear that? Ew! You're getting me in trouble. Stop. Ew! Can I do number 4, dum-dum? No, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you can do it. Number 4, we support. Very good. Non-compliance by Bob Blurbenbleld, yes. He's been very active today. Yeah, are you trying to fix CD3, Bob? People on this council don't fix problems, they create them. Number 5, good for KFC.
So item number 5 has also been continued. So please move on to another item.
Next time when we're in the car, will you please note these?
Just while we're there, item number 9 and item number 28 have also been continued. So go ahead.
I bet you were going to talk on those items. Ew, I was. Okay, go ahead. Number 8, CD1. Oh, this is the illustrious Eunices Louisa Hernandez. Yes, getting them off the reap, raping the city's landlords. We supported good. Then let's see here. Street lighting by Kevin De Leon. Very good, yes. That's a shithole. Number 11 is also a shithole. And of course, when you buy your drugs down there, you need street lighting to see the quality of what you're buying. It's a very difficult thing in the dark to tell the difference between a crack rock and a regular rock in tinfoil. I found it very difficult. What about you? I don't know anything about this. Oh, okay. And then we have Buckethead on number 14, his large head getting street lighting.
General public comment.
Now today we have a scandal, a big problem. It looks like your corrupt city council wants to give a lease, a very expensive lease, on a thing called the gas tower. And there's a parking garage with a bunch of leased parking spaces. Well, guess what? The county wants to buy the property for only $215 million, $110 million underneath your lease. Does that make any sense, Marchese? It sounds like the FBI will come in, so all you FBI agents, call 213-473-7014 and ask about the gas tower and why the city's paying more for a lease than the county wants to buy the whole building for. That means the city didn't negotiate our tax dollars correctly, in my opinion. And finally, call 213-473-7001. Ask for Eunices and why homeless criminals are burning everything down in their district.
All right, now we'll go to telephone public comment.
All right, items 1 and 2. More poison in the neighborhood. Way to go, guys. It's great that we can sell alcohol at gas stations with all the issues we have with cars, you know, doing the donuts in the streets and ruining all those things for Candido. We might as well let them open up margarita stands in the corner of the gas stations. And when they do, Miss Angelique, I'm coming for that milk lemonade and around the corner where the fudge is made. Number 11, lighting districts. For as many of these that are on there, I think you guys should talk to your DA buddy and start prosecuting the copper thieves. And as it relates to smoke and scan, we like it when the lights work. 21, 250 grand for printing. Why don't you guys save some money and use that robocalling that you use to beg for donations? As it relates to smoke and scan, we don't like robocalling. 23, regarding the vacation on Sherman Circle. Why is it Padilla's business if people want to take a vacation on Sherman Circle? If Monica goes down to look at the circle, send a guide so she doesn't get stuck in a loop. 26, Heavy Metal Task Force. Make sure you don't include any of those posers like Green Day. Also, maybe you should put some booty traps into where the thieves are still in the copper from. One person loses a hand and you'll have less theft. If you can't use booty traps, you should call my friend Jay Santos. He could organize some of the Citizens Auxiliary Police to patrol some of the higher theft areas. 27, tree trimming. As it relates to smoke and scan, we're usually for tree trimming. But like misusing the police to guard Alexis, I feel like he's just going to have the tree trimmers trim the trees at his house. He's going to use a company that's going to give him a kickback. So no on the tree trimming. And general public comment. As it relates to racism in the chamber, last week it was brought to my attention that the other half of Roxanne is Black. I would have never known. We at Smoke and Scan don't see or hear color, only love. I personally don't believe in black or white, only shades of gray. You could have called him Jason, the Smoke and Scan slut slammer, the Hoover whoremonger, the filleted funk on fig, but you chose to guess what color his skin was and to use that to define him. It's sad that in 2024, we have to act like skin color is the best way to define somebody. Do better, guys. Do better. Have a great day.
City Council is the most corrupt local government in the history of the United States, where petty pink-faced corrupt dictator Paul Ku Klux Krakorian has indicted embezzling polygamous criminal Kern Price and Sleazy Dawson to voting daily with unelected Heather Hutt. Of course, now Dawson is on top. The Black community has zero representation from these incompetent, corrupt, sellout, self-serving, indicted Black Uncle Tom criminal members of the corrupt City Council. I demand all their resignations. I demand the resignation of, well, he's on his way out, Ku Klux Krakorian. Public Black faces occupy 20% of the Sleazy Council, yet Black people are still nearly 50% of the homeless, 50% of the incarcerated, 50% of the unemployed.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next caller.
Yes, my name is Jason. I'm a smoker scan viewer.
Good morning. And which items would you like to speak to?
As it relates to the items, I would like to speak to all items, and as it relates to general public comment, I'll speak to that also, sir.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items. Again, those items are items 1 and 2, item number 4, items 9 through 27, and item 29. Please stick to the items for the first 3 minutes, and you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Cool. Thank you for clearing that up for me. As it relates to the items there, I want to speak on the Brown Act violation because the other day I was down on Figueroa with this chick.
So that isn't on the agenda. You're welcome to speak to the violation you're alleging in your general public comment, but that is not on the agenda.
So I can't
ask you to please stick to the agenda items.
Isn't one of those?
This is your first and only warning. Go ahead with the items.
I mean, we don't have to be warning people and stuff. I was just asking, if that's something I could do or not. We ain't got to be all bold and progressive about it.
Can we take this
so
person
anyway,
general public comment?
Yes, sir. What's that?
You can proceed with your general public comment.
Thank you there, brother. Anyway, I guess I'll say. Anyway, I was gonna say the other day I was down on Figueroa as usual with this chick, and we were down there behind the Circle K, because that's my favorite spot there, whatever. And I paid her $5 to let me butter her backdoor biscuits with my baby gravy. And I guess she's agreed to it and everything, which was cool. And so I'm down there,
So, caller, I'm going to need you to connect this to something that's within the jurisdiction of this council.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, basically what I'm trying to say is okay, so I was down doing my thing, and when I pulled out, she committed a Brown Act violation, so to speak. And I wanted to see if we can get something done about that because now I got my seats are covered in
So again, we go through this every single day at City Council. I'm going to remind you politely. This is your only warning for general public comment. You need to tie it to something within the jurisdiction of this council. Simply saying a word like the Brown Act is insufficient to connect it to something within the jurisdiction of this body.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. All right, well, I'll move on then.
That's your time. Thank you so much. We'll go to the next caller.
Yeah, this is Richard Serrano. Was a candidate for District 6, as you know. So with this wire number 9 and 11, you guys are spending money to get the power lights on in copper theft. You guys are doing an investigation, but same thing as the fireworks. You're spending money for LAPD. Where are the results? Where are the receipts? How many people did they catch? You gave a lot of money for overtime, so let's see some results. Show some receipts that you're actually not just on the clock and doing your job. 22, the copper wire theft. If you're going to go after the people buying it, you might have a chance at catching this. 26, the copper wire theft. If you're going to go after them, go ahead. 22, illuminating the building. $800 can turn on a crew's overtime to get some lights on the street. Going back to 26, if you guys are going to have receipts and prove that you guys are actually getting something done and stopping it, other than just being on the clock, love to see that that's being done. Or are you going to wait till the end where you find out that all the homeless people are still on the street and you got $2 billion to get them off? General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Smoking scan. Damian, you were right. The homeless encampment at 9080 Woodman Avenue in Arleta, they came back. They took the boards that were boarded up. No problem. I went ahead and put those boards back up and had Mission Division, and I want to thank them for meeting me out there clearing the building before we did so. We can't do it alone, but we can do it together, and it doesn't matter what happens out there. I don't need a city council person's permission to clean up our area. Even if it's coming out of my pocket, Starbucks appreciate it, just met with a demolition company, and they'll be starting accordingly. Thank you for helping me out and getting the neighborhood better. It's not about me. There's nothing public self-serving about that. Damien, Smoke and Scan, thank you for the support again. I love you guys. Bye.
For the record, the new vote is 12 ayes and 2 noes.
Got it. Thank you. Other announcements?